It's your day in tech history, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Expedia.com, where you can find yours with Expedia. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here, and I welcome you to the Day in Tech History at dayintechhistory.com. It's part of the Tech Podcast Network. You can subscribe via iTunes, Zune, or Stitcher Internet Radio. Our Twitter is Day in Tech Hist, and all show notes are on the wiki page if you want to follow along. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history.
October 13th, 1773, the Whirlpool Galaxy is discovered by Charles Messier, and makes the clothes smell oh so nice. In 1884, Greenwich is established as the universal time meridian of longitude. In 1983, Ameritech Mobile Communications, which would later be named Singular, then back to AT&T, launched its first U.S. cellular network in Chicago, Illinois. The first cell phone was created because of this. In 1991, Mustang Software, or MSI, makers of the Wildcat BBS software, acquire John Friel's Q-modem telecommunications software. In 1994, Microsoft announces the plan to acquire Intuit, the maker of Quicken, with a stock buyout of $1.5 billion. It was partly due to objections from the U.S. Justice Department that the deal would be aborted. Later, evidence of illegal insider trading at Intuit in anticipating the Microsoft pending bid would later be uncovered. In 1995, Ted Hoff introduces a business plan which includes an aggressive move to develop and market IBM-compatible software to Atari's board of directors. Now, shortly after, Atari Interactive is born. In 1998, in Finland, high-tech thieves were caught installing a small black card reader on top of a card slot on ATM units. With the codes from the card reader and some common shoulder surfing to learn the victim's PIN numbers, the thieves could create up to 60 counterfeit cards, which they then used to steal approximately $36,600. Also in 1998, in Los Angeles, 4 men were charged with fraud for allegedly installing computer chips in gasoline pumps that cheat consumers by overstating the amount of gasoline pumped. The problem came to light when the increasing number of consumers complained that they have been sold more gasoline than their tank could hold. The fraud was initially difficult to prove because the perpetrators programmed the chips to deliver exactly the right amount of gasoline when the 5 and 10 gallons were pumped precisely. 5 and 10 gallons were the increments typically used by inspectors. In 1999, Priceline.com files a lawsuit against Microsoft alleging violations to the state's Unfair Practices Act. In the suit, Priceline.com asks that a patent be upheld and that Microsoft be prohibited from future patent violations. Microsoft found the best deal on the fine over on Priceline.com and paid it.
And now this word from our friends over at Expedia. Las Vegas, Jamaica, San Francisco, China, New York, Portland, Florida. Have you been? Maybe you're from there and you need to start planning your trip home for the holidays. Now is the time to do that. With rates at their lowest for November and December, you can get great deals in planning your trip. That's where Expedia comes in, from air travel, hotels, cars, and full vacation packages. Because who doesn't want to be in a warm city during the coldest of winters? You can also earn Expedia points so you can use them on more trips all around the world. Get $25 off your first hotel booking at Expedia. Go over to geekazine.com/Expedia for more details. Over at Expedia, find yours. Now let's get back into your day in tech history. Back in 2001, Novell releases version 7.3 of the SUSE Linux operating system. 2003, the Public Library of Science, or PLOS, commences publication of an open-access scientific journal, the PLOS Biography, which covered the full spectrum of the biological sciences. It's the first journal released by the PLOS, and it's a nonprofit open-access scientific publishing project aimed at creating a library of open access journals and other scientific literature under an open content license. 2008, Justice Department closes the antitrust issues of ATI and NVIDIA. Microsoft announces Silverlight 2. They also announced the results from the Olympic coverage on NBC. Over a 17-day period, Microsoft said that NBCOlympics.com had more than 50 million unique viewers, resulting in 1.3 billion page views, 70 million video streams, and 600 million minutes of video watched. Also in 2008, a judge in Alaska is ordering Governor Sarah Palin to preserve her private email messages regarding state business until a lawsuit requesting that they are made public is resolved. NBC launches Locals Only, which is a portal that gives local sites an online community. Mozilla Labs launched a new developer tools lab for the open web, and Quicken announced that they would make the site Quicken Live absolutely free. 2009, Yahoo settles a class action settlement for a pay-per-click fraud suit. In 2006, Yahoo was sued by companies that commissioned Yahoo to create ads in highly targeted websites. Instead, their ads ended up on squatter websites filled with spyware. Also in 2009, EMI and Grooveshark settle a lawsuit on Grooveshark's music library. And in 2010, Microsoft and Alibaba launch a public beta of their search site called Iteo. And NBC Universal ends a 2-year-old ad deal with Google. Although they'll still work with Google on other search ads, they want to steer clear of any Google TV advertising. And that's your Day in Tech History. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at Day in Tech Hist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2014 JMP Enterprise and Geekazine.com.